Hello, and welcome back to Untapped with Andy. I'm your host, Andy, and this is yet again another installment of your new favorite series, Magic Lore Monday. And on today's installment of Magic Lore Monday, we're going to be discussing my favorite commander deck that I own, Anikthea, Hand of Erebos.
Anikthea, Hand of Erebos, one of the most badass baddies in the Magic universe, began not as a demigod, but as a human and a dedicated monster slayer living in the polis that was Setessa. She served in the Council of Warriors and was eventually trained by Cetizen elite to lead their great city-state. A side quest was given to Anikthea, though she also viewed it as a rite of proving, one to slay Circus, a wretched witch living in the Despair Lands, bleeding curse and blight to Cetizen fields. The fight between the two has long been revered as magic legend, with the end result of Circus' head as Anikthea's trophy, a sign of true success upon her return to Setessa. Anikthea, however, was not privy to Circus' servitude under Erebos, god of the dead. Erebos saw Anikthea take Circus' head and stole her away to the underworld of Theros. It was here that Erebos put his champions up against Anikthea, allowing for no rest between battles as punishment for slaying one of his servants. Fight after fight, our beloved monster slayer refused to give in, standing strong still against Erebos' challengers. Eventually, Erebos procured a deal for Anikthea: continue fighting toward the surface and earn back her freedom. Anikthea, of course, obliged, her slew of defeated denizens and malicious monsters decaying in her wake. Each subsequent foe was stronger, and Anikthea's ambition began to fade. She recognized a familiar look in each monster's eyes: the hunger for freedom, but not the same as hers, as they wanted to breach the surface only to conquer her home. Anikthea longed for peace. The string of fights eventually ended. Anikthea was now near the surface, but chose to offer Erebos a deal of her own. She was to serve him as a demigod, so long as she could return home to protect the Cetizen people when they needed her. Erebos agreed, and Anikthea has since served her people from the shadows, silencing hordes of deceased and undead in the underworld of Theros. She stands alone, but does so with pride, knowing her efforts lead to the peace and tranquility of Setessa.
And that was some magic lore on Anikthea, Hand of Erebos. If you like this series, if you like learning about magic, if you like learning about the lore behind some magic characters, planes, events, what have you, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what other characters you want to learn about on the next Magic Lore Monday.